Brother Nashi, how are you? Please post my story as anonymous. I am a South African man and I am aged 41 years old. I have 3 kids and one of my youngest daughter. She is the one that is wanted by this cult. They want her blood and I do not know what else to do. That is why I have come here to you. Brother, even though I am 41 years old and I am married, but I am not happy at all because of the things that have been happening in my life. And I have a lot of STIs that I'm always contracting because of my lifestyle. When I started to do the rituals, I was told that I was never supposed to sleep with any person without using any protection at all. So I have to do it raw at all the times, and this is messing up my health. I contracted HIV a very long time ago, and I have been passing it on to other people because of the lifestyle that I am living. I am always going to different clubs and I'm always picking up people that I will become intimate with without even getting that person tested whether they have an STI or not, and then we indulge in love making with no protection at all. So before I became the man that I am right now, a long time ago, I was very poor and I had no job. I had no money for food. Life was just difficult. I was staying now at one of my cousin brother's house. He was someone that was working in the police force. The wife, she did not like me because she considered me to be lazy. I would try by all means to do some of the work that had to be done, like cleaning the yard, taking out the refuse, but the moment that I would sit down, my sister-in-law, she would show me that she does not like me at all. The way that she would mistreat me, it was so painful. My brother, whenever he was around, he used to treat me nice. I then got a job in the car wash in the location where we were staying, and the money that I was making, it was not enough. Every day when we would have knocked off from work, I would even stay there just to wait until it was dark. Then I can return back home when they are inside, and I will just go straight to the back room, and she will say that I do not have respect because I was supposed to greet her. And when I would have greeted her, she would ask me if I brought any bread for the food that was supposed to be eaten the next morning. Yet she knew that I would only get paid once each and every fortnight. I was tired of being poor. I wanted people to look at me and say, this is a man who is now living his life as if he is a king. It was a couple of years later when I met a man that was from Nigeria. He had came to the location where I was staying. He wanted to speak with another guy who was a panel beater, but they ended up coming to the car wash. He was someone that had money, and then we started to talk. He told me that if I wanted to do some piece jobs, I could do some piece jobs at his house, and that was what I was asking for at that time. And I was so glad that this man was going to give me the opportunity to at least make a little bit of money. Whenever I would go to his house, he would say, my friend, I don't understand why you are too poor like this. You have an ID, you are a South African, you are supposed to be rich. Look at some of us. We do not even have proper papers, but we are living in gated communities. We have big businesses. You can have everything that you want. If you want to become successful in life, you have to align yourself with people that have money. He then told me about this group. He said that the group was the one that was running Joburg. It was a group of business people, mainly that were from Nigeria as well as other neighboring countries, and they made money within a very short period of time. They could make millions and millions, and he was talking about even some of them ruling the whole world. I was so hungry, I did not even ask any questions as to how was it even possible for someone who was claiming not to have papers to be staying in a very nice neighborhood like that. All that I said I just said, yes, I want to join. Where do I sign up? Because I am tired of this poverty. I just want to live a normal life. So this man, the Nigerian man, he then told me that if I wanted to be rich, I was supposed to stay with him. So I started staying with that Nigerian guy. I was now staying in a gated community. I could not even believe my luck. One day, I was someone that was struggling in life. Then all of a sudden, here I was staying in a gated community with this Nigerian guy. Whenever they will be having a party, women all over the place, like it was just beautiful. Life was just good, so much that I even forgot that I used to suffer quite a lot. This man, he promised me even more. He said that in time you are going to forget all those troubles that you used to have. You're going to see that money can solve everything. He told me that he wanted me to get to know about this other guy who was a Nigerian whom I was supposed to assist so that he can also have papers here in South Africa. And I did not understand what he meant at that time because I had not yet met that man. He just said, when it is time, when you are ready, when I have seen that you are ready, I'm going to take you to this Nigerian man who is going to give you a lot of money, and you just need to help him so that he can get some papers to stay here in South Africa. One day, I was then taken to this other house in Senton. It was so beautiful. I was staying in a gated community, but I had never been to Senton. But now I was used to be living a soft life. And then that was when he told me that he thought that now I was ready. So we went to Senton. When we arrived in Senton, when we got there, he told me that the man that I was going to be speaking with, there was a possibility that he was going to ask me to do something that was unheard of, but it was all about him having some documents to use here in South Africa, and he was going to give me a lot of money. He just said, I want you to have an open heart and open your mind to great possibilities. You say that you do not want to suffer anymore in life, right? And I said, yes, I hate suffering and I do not want to suffer again in my life. And then he said, then just have an open mind, and I'm telling you that you are not going to regret whatever this man is going to ask from you. If you do it, you will never regret for the rest of your life. So when we arrived there, the man, he started looking at me in a way that I could not understand. And this was the first party where I had been to with these Nigerians, where there was no woman at all. There were only men that were there, and they were acting in a way that I could not understand. I just said, let me see what these guys, what they are all about. So whilst the party was going on, that was when the Nigerian guy suggested that we go to the study room so that we can discuss. And I said, aha, now you are talking. This is the reason as to why I am here in the first place. I want you to tell me what is it that you want to give to me. I need money. So we then removed ourselves from the lounge where we were drinking beer, and then we went into the study room. Whilst we were in the study room, that was when he started to tell me, he told me that he wanted someone who was going to assist him to get an ID, and I was the one that was going to help him to get a South African ID. And I said, how exactly do you suggest that I help you to get a South African ID? And then that was when he told me that we were going to get married. I laughed, Brother Nash, and I said, I think that maybe you are too high or you are drunk, because I am a man. How can I get married to a man, yet I am a man? And then that was when he told me that he was part of an Illuminati. I had heard about the Illuminati before, but I was not that interested in it. He then took me to his bedroom, and underneath the bed there was a big cardboard box, the one that comes with avocados when you have bought a lot of them from a shop. It was full of money. It was stacks and stacks of money, and he told me that each and every bundle, it had 10k. He was going to give me all of that money, which was around 300k, so that I can just get married to him. I said, how is this going to work? Because I am not gay, and I'm not going to do this because I'm not gay. And then he said that we were just going to get married. Nothing else was going to happen between us. All that we needed to do was for us to get married. I said, okay, it's fine. I'm going to think about it. Brother Nashi, I then returned back home. I started calculating, and I said, to hell with this. If it means that I have to marry this guy so that I can get this 300k, I'm going to do it. This was the price that I had to pay in order for that man to give me money. He said that I must get married to him, even though I am a straight man. I like women, and even though I had told him that I cannot marry a man, but he said, if you want this money, then you have to sign the papers. You must become my husband, and I become your husband. I agreed. We then started pretending as if we had met on Facebook, documenting everything, and we started to stay together. And we did a ceremony. The first ceremony that we did, it was a secret ceremony where I was being initiated into the Illuminati. This was done at this other house, which was in Midrand. It was in a dark room that was covered in black. It had black curtains. There was black everywhere. Even the towels, they were painted black. It was so scary, and we slept in that room. During the night, there was something that happened, but I refused to touch him, even though I felt it in my heart that I just wanted to make love to him. Even though I did not like men, we had to be forced to stay together in order for me to continue making the money the way that I was making in the soft life. I had to stay with him so that he can be able to get his papers. This was not like a real marriage out of love. It was a contract of evil. I did it because I wanted to be rich, and I sold my South African citizenship to this guy, and I got the money. But to this very day, I still hate myself. The things that started happening when we were staying together, it became so wild. I'm not a man that love other men, but somehow things started to happen. He gave me a golden ring, and this ring, it looked normal at first. Even someone else, if they see me wearing that ring, it might seem as if it is a normal ring. He then took me out, and we drove into the CBD here in Joburg late at night. And then we met a mad woman, and he told me that he wanted to call that mad woman. I then called that mad woman, and the woman came to our vehicle, and then he told me that I was supposed to speak with that woman in my local language so that the woman can get into the car. I was scared for what he wanted to do to this mad woman, but anyway, I agreed. We then went with the mad woman to our house, and then he said that he wanted me to sleep with the mad woman whilst he was looking at me. I did as he instructed me to do. As I was sleeping with this mad woman, that was when I felt him. He was standing right beside me whilst I was sleeping with the mad woman. I wanted to resist him, but somehow I could not resist him. I just let go, and it was because of the golden ring that he started touching that was on my finger. The moment that he touched the ring on my finger, it started to make me to have feelings for him as a man, like man to man. I stopped sleeping with the mad woman, then I started sleeping with my husband. That is how we started sleeping with each other. This ring, it is not normal. When I sleep with a woman, I have to wait until that woman is fast asleep, then I must touch her with that ring on her forehead. When I do this, I'll be putting a curse on that woman. If she sleeps with any other man after me, that man will become very poor. Any man who touches her will lose his job, lose his money, and I am using these women to spread poverty in my country. So I just did not sell my citizenship to a foreigner, as well as bringing the spirit of poverty into South Africa. I form a love covenant with the women that I have been sleeping with, and that is very evil. I have done this to many women, and some of them I see them in the street later and they look sad. Some of them, they end up being drug addicts. This life, it is very disgusting, because after each and every 12 to 13 days, I have to perform a ritual. I have to find a black cat and I must kill the cat, and then I take its blood, and then I have to put the blood in a water glass and I drink that blood. After I would have heated the blood just a little bit, when it is warm, I have to drink it. If I do not drink the blood, sometimes I can have a lot of severe illnesses, and when I do not drink the blood, there is a spirit that comes into my room and tries to choke me to death. I have to drink the blood to stay alive and rich. I stay with a man and I sleep with a man, but we do go to a club as if we are friends, and we can get women that we sleep with. I'll be sleeping in another room and you'll be in another room, or we can have a big orgy. So this group that I joined, it hates God. They make me do things that are very bad. South Africa, when I go to the toilet to do my poor business, I have to use only by the Bible. I am not supposed to use toilet paper. Me and my husband, we do not use toilet paper in our house. We use Bibles. We collect Bibles and we use the pages of the Bible. After I would have finished pooping, then I tear out a page from the Bible and I use it to wipe myself. So this is blasphemy, and whenever I do it, I have to spit on the name of God, and that is what this man taught me to do, and I feel as if I am a dirty man in spirit. The group also want us to sacrifice. I have already sacrificed 2 people from my family, even though I did not want to kill them. And they said, it is fine. If you do not want to kill these 2 relatives of yours, there is something that we need to do. I then asked them, what was it that I was supposed to do in order for my relatives not to die? That was when they told me that I was supposed to buy a gift for them. So this gift that I bought for my relatives, it came like a curse. These relatives of mine, they are now running mad. They stay in the streets. They stopped washing. They left their homes, their jobs. They stay in the street as homeless people, and I know that they are eating from the bins. I want to help them because I know that it is my fault, but their brains are gone because of money. I have many houses because I have a lot of tenants. I have 4 cars that I have not even touched in a long time. I have money, but this is what I do. I am exhausted, Brother Nashi. I am tired of sleeping with men, yet I do not have feelings. Whenever I tell my husband that I don't have feelings to sleep with him, he then touches me and rubs his ring on my back like he did the first night when we slept together. Then I'll start to have feelings on him. That is how I joined the Illuminati. It is not what you think. It is not all about money as you think. We are also suffering in this organization because of some of the things that we have to do, like tearing off the pages from the Bible. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear brother. Let us try to speak with our dear brother in the comment section. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. Can you imagine?